attended St. Thomas Aquinas High School. He then attended Edinburgh University. He was inducted into the Edinburgh University Sports Hall of Fame in 1987. He was inducted into the St. Thomas Aquinas Sports Hall of Fame in 2007. He was also an inductee of the inaugural class of the Stark County Hall of Fame in 2010. In 1979, he became the head golf professional at Edgewood Golf Club. In 1985, he became the head golf professional at Skyland Pines Golf Course. In 1994, he became the owner-operator of J. Spitale Golf Center until 1999. In 1999, he returned to Skyland Pines Golf Course as the head professional until 2004, when he became the owner of Spitale Driving Range and Teaching Center. He is presently a PGA teaching professional at Congress Lake Club. In 1995, Jay developed the Spitale Junior Golf Tour in memory of his father, Angelo. The tour offers 5 tournaments a year in the Stark County area, averaging 100 players per tournament. While a member of the Northern Ohio PGA, he served on the board of directors from 1991 to 1998, tournament committee chairman from 1993 to 1995, assistant committee chairman 1997 to 1998. He was honored as the Northern Ohio PGA Junior Golf Leader of the Year in 2003. His playing accomplishments include Northern Ohio PGA Assistants Championship winner in 1980, Denny Shute Match Play Champion in 1990, and Senior Denny Shute Match Play Champion in 2006 and 2007. Jay and his wife, Christy, currently reside in North Canton. They have 3 children, Christy, Julie, and Jay, and 4 grandchildren. Would you please welcome to the microphone Christy, Julie, and Jay Spitale for their presentation.
Growing up as the son of a golf professional, my dad always preached us one thing. No matter what, always keep the integrity and the respect of the game that he loved. He also loved helping others. Whether it was helping them set their goals, reaching their goals, or how to handle success once they finally reached their goal. He'd always tell me, act like you've been there before. Never boasting or acting arrogant. He'd always tell reporters after a victory, I got lucky. Well, a little luck and modest confidence helped him compete at the highest levels throughout his golf career, making it into the Hall of Fame at every point or every stage in his career, whether it was St. Thomas Aquinas, Edinburgh University, or the Stark County Amateurs Golf Hall of Fame. What an honor, Dad. I'm so proud of you. But nobody's prouder of you than your father who's looking down in heaven right now. Not just because of your success, but the way you carried yourself through the peaks and valleys of your journey. We love you.
Growing up with a golf professional as a father wasn't always easy. We couldn't go anywhere without my dad knowing someone and being stopped. We even got stopped in Disney World. And then as we got old enough to play competitive golf, it was, oh, you must be good. You're Jay's kids. We did have successful careers, but what most people don't know is that our father never pushed us to play golf. In fact, he encouraged us to try any sport or activity we showed interest in. And he was always there to cheer us on, and he was the loudest one in the stands. As golf professionals, you know those summer hours are very hard, but somehow our dad always managed to find time to shoot hoops or toss a football with us. He says he played sports with us because that's all that he knew. But what he doesn't know is those are some of our greatest memories with him. And those times together shaped us and made us who we are today. Our dad always said that family comes first. And it's not too often that a child can say that their father never missed an event they were involved in. There aren't too many mothers that can say their father or their son calls them every day just to say hi. And there's not too many wives that can say after 32 years, her husband still brings flowers just because. But that's our dad. And looking back, I know that those people weren't stopping him because he was a great golfer. They were stopping him because he's an honest man with a huge heart and a great personality. And I'm so sorry. My
I am so proud and so honored to introduce our dad, Jay Spitale.
Well, that wasn't exciting, huh? Well, I know what my wife and I are good at. We're really good at raising kids. I have some great children. And, I appreciate that, guys, very much. Yeah, congratulations, Joe. It was a very nice speech that you gave. And very hard worker, obviously. I don't have the privilege to know you, but I know of you. And I know that you dedicate your life to the PGA, and I think that's a great thing. I said I wasn't going to cry, but there's a few tears here. Thanks so much for this great honor. My dad used to say a rich man is a man who marries the love of his life, raises his family, and pays off his home, and maybe can take a vacation once a year. I've raised 3 great kids who I'm so proud of. I own my own home. I sometimes take 2 vacations in 1 year. And I'm also in the twilight of my career at Connors Lake Club. And it's the greatest golf course, the greatest country club. I grew up caddying there, and it's just so great to be there. Every day when I go in there, I just thank the Lord. I think it's the most beautiful place, and the people there treat me with respect, and I enjoy going in there every day. So, obviously, my father was right. I am one of the luckiest guys ever to live. I have 4 grandchildren that give me more pleasure than anything that I can ever, I couldn't imagine how much pleasure they would have given me, but every time, every day, I see them, it just makes my heart overflow. You know, I'm a family man. I think that's what life is about. Life is about what you give, and it's not about what you get. And I believe that you have to give in this world. I can honestly say that I have given back to my family, to my community, and to the game of golf, which I really love. And we all do, or we wouldn't be sitting here. I need to thank a lot of people here today, and I'm sure I'm going to miss some. And I hope that you'll forgive me for missing you. But first, I want to thank my father. My dad died in 1989. And if it wasn't for him, I would not be standing there. He actually loved the game more than anybody I've ever met. As long as I can remember hitting golf balls, plastic golf balls in my backyard. I always had a club in my hand. You know, I don't have this written down, but my cousin Sammy Spino sitting here today. I remember him calling me in the middle of the winter, snow on the ground. He goes, "Man, am I in trouble?" I said, "Why, what'd you do?" He said, "I broke the picture window." He broke the picture window. I said, "What'd you do, throw a snowball through it?" He goes, "No, I was hitting plastic golf balls and it went right through the window." And I'm thinking, here we are in December, and my cousin's hitting golf balls out there. So we really love the game. My father made sure that we did that. Well, when my dad finally decided to take me to the golf course, I was 11 years old. And before we went out there, he told me there was 2 signs at this golf course. No one under 12 allowed, and no women allowed. So here I am, 11 years old. I go to the golf course, and I'm looking for this sign because I think, man, I'm going to be in trouble. I'm only 11. They're going to kick me out of here. Well, there was never such a sign there. But I love my father. The first year he taught me I was not allowed to hit a golf ball. I was allowed to chip and putt. My dad would give me $1, and back then you could get a hot dog and a Coke and a candy bar for 75 cents, so that's how old I am. And I'd go up to the Hills putting green, and if if I wasn't on the Hills putting green at Tim Shanner Golf Course, and he could see me from the 18th hole, then I wasn't allowed to come up the next day. So word got around that there was this 11-year-old up on the Hills putting green that would putt aces against you for nickels. So the best players in the club would come up there and challenge me in putting. And by the end of the summer, I had a full belly when I went home, and I had a pocket full of nickels, and I'd give my dad his dollar back most of the days. The next season, my father taught my cousin Sam Spino and myself how to play. To this day, I don't know why the heck he taught Sammy how to hit it 50 yards past me, but it just happened to go that way. But Sam and I grew up playing 36 to 54 holes a day, and thanks to my dad, we both enjoyed very much success through the game of golf. Sam made me a lot better, and I made Sam a lot better. Sam, I just want to thank you for being here. I love you. You're like a brother to me, and thanks for taking time out of your day to be here, Sam. My mother is my role model. Now, first I got to thank you for not telling Dad half the things I did in my life, or I wouldn't be here today. When my mom was 12 years old, her mom and dad passed away, and she had 5 siblings, and they were all put in the orphanage. And when my mother got out of the orphanage, when she was 18, she got all her brothers and sisters out in the orphanage. And my uncle Sam Spino, Sam's father, was the youngest, so that's why Sam and I are so tight. My father, when they were married, my uncle Sam was still there, and my father was like his father. And there wasn't a weekend that went by that I wasn't at Sam's house or he was at my house. And, but that's how we were raised. I just want to say, Mom, thanks so much for being here. You showed me how to love. You showed me how to give. I love you so much. My mom's 91, and she looks great. I appreciate it, Mom. Thank you so much. My good-looking sister, she's here. Teresa, and my brother Vince. And they have both supported me my whole life, and they have been in my corner. I love them. If there's anybody in here, I'm going to say 58 years old and rich. I'm repeating rich. They can come and see me afterwards if they want to take my sister out. But the rich part is very, very important. My children, who I've already said, just unbelievable. I could not be more proud of my children. I love them. And, that's what I think life is about, is family. And they have just kept the Spitale name, a well-respected name. And I love them so much, and I appreciate their introduction. I didn't appreciate that they made me cry, but that's okay. They've made me cry a lot, believe me. But most of the time with happy tears. They're all very good athletes, and most of all good people. They've made great decisions. Julie and Julie's husband could not come today, and Chrissy's husband's here, Mark Villano. Mark is one of the greatest guys you'll ever meet, and he's been God sent, and I love you, Mark. I appreciate you being here, taking time. And my son Jay just got engaged to a beautiful, beautiful girl. I don't know, he must have rescued her from a burning building or something. But she said yes, and he texted me. She said yes, and I'm thinking, dang, you got something over this girl. She's a sweetheart, and I know they're going to be very, very successful. It would be really nice if we had a little boy to carry the Spitale name on. There's no boys to carry the name on. I have two good friends that are here, 2 assistants from Congress Lake and Ryan Frieders and Kenny Henderson. And I just want to thank them for all their work they did this summer with me. And thanks very much for wanting to come here today. I appreciate that, guys. Last but not least, well, there's a couple other people I'm saving the best for last. But my wife, Christy, gosh, what a great woman I'm married to. You know, to stay married to a golf professional, it's a really, really hard thing to do. And if you guys can find somebody that stays with you a long time, you know, I mean, Dominic must have had something over Eileen, but somebody, you know, to stay with you, because when everybody else is off, we're working. So we know that it's a really hard thing. You can't go to reunions, and if you're doing your job. And you know, the reason my children say that I was at every one of their sporting events is, you know, I made some changes in my life. I made some sacrifices. I opened some teaching schools up, so I was the boss, and no one could tell me I couldn't do it. It was right at the time when they were playing sports, and they're really good, so I like watching. But my wife, she is the love of my life, and love so much, babe. You're the best. Anybody that stayed with me for 35 years should be canonized before they die. There's no question. And last but not least, was my best friend Jimmy Nicodemo since first grade. Now, how can you fault the guy for a decision he made when he was 5 years old? But Jimmy Pop, there's not a day that doesn't go by that Jimmy and I talk. And if I don't talk to him, then I realize there's something must have happened this day. But, you know, when we were in first grade, Jimbo gave the 8th graders a middle finger. That would be this one right here. We did not know what that meant, obviously. We were in first grade, but I knew he started running, and I started running, and then I figured out what it meant, that the 8th graders catch us and smash our heads against the brick wall. So at that time, I should have probably realized that Jimmy was maybe not the best guy to hang with. Yeah. When I think about the PGA, I think about lifelong friendships, and I can't say how many lifelong friendships that I have made through the PGA. Gary Trevisano could not be here today. He is definitely has been my lifelong partner through the PGA, and also has become a very dear friend of mine. You know, I wish he was here. Gary's about as good as they get. You know, and then I've seen guys today that came up to me that I grew up with Denny Wolf, and then Tony Miles, so unbelievable. You know, I mean, I can go on and on, but the guys that I played the most partner golf with are Gary Trevisano and Mitch Camp, and Gary Robinson. You know, I was told the guys, I always told my kids, if you hang with dogs, you get fleas. Obviously, I didn't hang with any dogs for partners there. But Mitchie, I met Mitchie when I was 17 years old, and Mitch was 15 years old. And we, guy picked me up, I can't remember his name, and went and picked up Mitch in Orville, and we went down to play in the Junior State Championship. Well, on the way home, Mitch had won the state championship in the 15 and under class, and I had won the state championship in the 16 to 18-year-old division, and a lifelong friend had been formed there. And Mitchie, I love you, and we're still very, very good friends. You know, but the last guy, Gary Robinson, I don't know how the hell we became such good friends. He beat the hell out of me so many times. But he is as good a friend as I can get. And I have a couple of stories about Gary. I met Gary 4 different times in the finals. And I thought he was a silver spooner, you know. I thought he was fed with a silver spoon. He grew up at a public golf course just like me. And when they found out I was jacking him about being a silver spooner, well, Rick Jones, he still calls me Spoonie to this day. But the 2 events that I wanted to tell you about is I met Gary in the finals, and the last 2 times that we met, I made a mistake of driving up to Lakewood with him, and we went up together. We were both from Canton, and we drive up there. You know, it was a good competitive match, but Gary won, and we're driving home, and Gary's driving. He just look over at me, look back at the trophy, smile at me, and go back. I mean, the whole way home, this guy did this to me, and I'm thinking, this SOB. I should have driven my own car. So the next time we met is at I was going for 3 in a row in the seniors, only because he hadn't played in the seniors, obviously. But we're playing the Fairlawn, and I'm all excited. I mean, going to beat Gary today. You know, that didn't happen very many times, but I think once in 1990, and that was many years ago. But I'm getting him today. This is the day I'm getting him. So I wake up, and I brushing my teeth. I shower first, and I'm brushing my teeth, and I go to spit, and it dribbles out, and my face is crooked. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I had a stroke last night. And I shake my hands, and I kick my feet, and I go, heck, I'm going to play. I'm not waking my wife up. She won't let me go. So we go, and I get to the first tee. Gary goes, you got to go to the hospital. I go, go over our play. He goes, no, you're uglier than normal. You got to go to the hospital. I go, let's play. So we end up playing, and you know, hey, listen, I'm getting a competitive match, but we got to like, I'm thinking, I'm 1 up going into 7 or something, and my eye starts watering. Here, I couldn't shut my eye. I had Bell's palsy, and had to sleep for about a month keeping my eye shut. But, you know, that's the kind of friend Gary is. He had to tell me I was ugly, and I should have gone to the hospital. But I love Gary and Ruthie. They are just good friends of mine, and I appreciate them. I don't know if Mark Rosing's here today, but I have to thank Mark Rosing for taking a chance on me. Mark Rosing hated me. I was young, cocky, long hair. Can you believe that? I had nice long hair. And I wanted to, you know, I was always teasing. I still am always teasing. But I can remember him not wanting to hire me, and he took a shot. And I'm kind of a prime example of if you hire a young guy, you know, give him a chance. They may grow up. So I appreciate it, Martin, and I thank you and Donna very much for being our friends today. I also have to thank Bob Bartow for helping me with my driving ranges and my teaching centers. And, he's been so much a part of my life, and they were all pretty successful. And I think Bob had a big part of that, telling me the do's and don'ts of owning and operating. Lastly, all the years I spent on the board, I was paying attention, guys. I was paying attention to how you guys commanded respect. I was paying attention to how you carried yourself. And I learned a lot. And I just wanted to say thank you to Dominic Antonucci, Bill Cox, Tony Miler, Jim Lowe, Joe Nishot, Greg Emmel, George Bellino, Don Cotney, Joe Flaw, Charlie Wood, Joe Haas. I love Joe Haas. Billy Riley, Mitch Camp, Rich Casabella, Bobby Bartow. Thank you so much. And any speech I've ever given in my life, I've always ended it with, it's nice to be important, but it's important to be nice. Thank you for this great honor.